Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. I want to talk about meditation. I have been meditating for over 10 years now, and when I tell you it has completely transformed my life on every single aspect, it truly has brought me back to this wholeness state my mind, body, and soul was craving for so long, and I didn't even realize it. Now you may be thinking, meditation, I can't sit there in stillness. There are so many ways to meditate. And maybe you're asking yourself, you've been wanting to meditate, but you don't know where to start. Or maybe you've fallen off the routine and you need a little support to get back into your flow. Then I've got something for you. Introducing the 10-day meditation challenge now on the Holistic Human Performance app. It was made just for you. These guided meditations are 3 to 5 minutes, short, powerful, and intentional. Each day will give you a specific theme, and it's a fresh energy reset and a gentle way to reconnect with yourself. Whether you're brand new or just need a reboot, this is your sign to say yes to stillness. And the best part, you get to try it out for a week free when you sign up now. Head on over to the Holistic Human Performance app, join the challenge, and start transforming your mornings in just as little as 3 to 5 minutes a day. Your peace is waiting and you deserve it. Head on over to the Apple Store or Google Play to find Holistic Human Performance app now. Again, try it out with a week free trial, either for your monthly subscription or annual subscription. You will not regret it. I'll put all of the information in the show notes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Bradshaw Vitale, and today we got a solo episode. We are going to be diving into the frequency of wealth, rewiring your nervous system to receive abundance. This is so important. The main theme, though, is the nervous system. I talk about this all the time. This is literally the basis of what I do with my work, and helping clients, students, and community, and so much more hit that next level version of themselves. How can we heal? How can we become our healthiest, happiest, most aligned version of ourselves so that we can live out our soul's mission and purpose to the fullest capacity? How can we create a strong, stable vessel, which is our human anatomy and physiology system, to get to that next level? So where does wealth come in, right? So health and wealth are intertwined. You can and should have both. It is our absolute birthright to have both. And so, we're going to dive into, I want to get into the energetics and the science side of, what it means to receive abundance and also the frequency of wealth. Everything is energy. I talk about this all the time. So, if you've hit an income ceiling, it may not be a structural issue, it may be, or strategy issue, it may be a frequency issue, which 9 out of 10 times it is. I see this all the time with the entrepreneurs that I work with and do one-on-one work with. It is like, it just comes with the territory, right? Entrepreneurship is a spiritual game, and it's personal development on crack. I say this all the time. So what we're going to do is look at rewiring limiting beliefs, nervous system patterns, and utilizing energy healing to unlock the next level of income. We get to a point most of the time, if you don't grow up with this information or learn about it, where ceiling is capped, right? I see this all the time where you're working, you love your job, but maybe you're working in an industry, corporate wellness, just a corporation in general. Maybe you're working in a school system, whatever. You're capped, right? So, like, you're not able to make more money. Now, here's the other side of wealth and abundance, right? So abundance is an overarching term. It's not just about money. Abundance is literally abundance of love, health, wealth, relationships, support, uh joy, happiness, peace. Like, you can have all of these things, right? But a lot of people attribute abundance to money. And so what what ends up happening is, where does the nervous system come in, right? So let's get into the foundationals. So energy is everything. And by the way, guys, I I am 8.5 months pregnant as recording this, and if you hear me scrounging for breath, that's why. Like, I find when I talk a lot, I'm like in need of a deep breath. So just bear with me. Um, so abundance, let's get back to that and like the science behind it. We have our nervous system, right? And our nervous system is obviously connected to energy. Our energetic points, we have our chakra points, which are wheels of energy starting at our tailbone, all, and it aligns all the way up to the crown of our head. Plus meridians, which are channels of energy, and that connect to different organs. And then we have our auric field, which are connected like outside of our body, which is like our energetic essence, our electromagnetic field connected to energy points within our body, and then all these other energetic points around us, okay? I talk a lot about this in so many of my programs on the Holistic Human Performance app. So if you want to dive into that, we can do that, as well as coaching and healing sessions. So basically, we have that, right? It's our connection point to our energy and divine source, also our human anatomy and physiology system. So the combination of the human energy system with the human anatomy and physiology system. Now, these different energy points represent different meanings and aspects of life. For example, our root chakra, which is at the tailbone, the base of our spine, red color, that is stability, security, financial security, safety, feeling financial safety, if we want to go a little bit deeper. And if you grew up not having any of that, you get to a point in life where, let's just say, if you are an entrepreneur, whenever you are spending money and reinvesting, or you're scared to invest money, you're worrying that you're not going to receive that back, or whatever it is, whatever that limiting belief is, okay? But really, in order to be successful in business, business, life, we need to invest. Like, we need to reinvest, and we need to, on an energetic level, on a financial level, like, that's what is, it's a leap of faith. It requires leap of faith. So this is where energy healing comes in, energy medicine comes in, spirituality comes in, belief in something greater comes in to get you to that next level. If you're not doing that inner work, you're going to be stuck in this loop over and over again. Now, here's where, and I talk about this a lot, this is like foundational, right? So we have divine feminine, which represents the left side of our body, divine masculine, which represents the right side of our body. When we, especially as women, are too stuck in our divine, or really unhealed masculine, okay? Hustle, work, structural, logical, and we're ignoring that flowing intuitive side. This is where we get sick, burnt out, we have nervous system dysregulation. Like, it's all connected to our physiological systems, right? Organ failure, all the things. Now, our masculine is what holds capacity for more to come in. If our masculine container is not strong or large enough, you're going to be capped at where you're at. Okay? You're going to be capped at the abundance coming in. You're going to be capped at all the good things coming in. You're going to be capped at the wealth, the money, the clients. You're just going to be capped. Even though in your mind, you're like, I want more clients. I want more money. I want more health. I want more wealth. I want more financial freedom. Okay. I want more travel. I want more this. I want more that. But energetically, your legitimate energy system is saying something different. Like, no, we actually don't have the capacity to handle more, right? Which is also connected to your subconscious mind, which is 95% of the operating system, the hardware to the software. Now, if we don't do that inner work, again, like I said, you will be in this continuous feedback loop over and over and over and over again. So something that I personally love to do, and I'm going to guide you through a little bit of a nervous system regulating meditation towards the end of this, but something that I like to do on the repeat, especially just being an entrepreneur and just things just happen, and building that capacity, I say to myself, of course, I get to make lots of money every single day doing what I love. Of course, I get to make $20,000 in a day doing what I love. Of course, clients are lined up to work with me because I add value to their lives. Of course, I get to do this. Of course, I get to be healthy. So, we have to reframe our mind. We have to unwire and rewire. And what is it? This is where clarity comes in as well. A lot of us don't actually realize what we want in life. And I'm not sitting here saying that we have to be like, it's this way or no way. That's not what I'm saying. What I mean is, you need to get clear on what kind of lifestyle that you want to live, right? I know for myself, I want to live a financially free, abundant lifestyle, creating generational wealth, to do what I want, when I want, how I want. And pass that along and leave a legacy and add so much value to the world. Like, I have big goals, I have a big vision. The how, I have no idea. Right? We're not responsible for the how. We're responsible for the why and the what. And how we get there is co-creating with God, universe, source. But we have to take that aligned action first. And in order for us to take that aligned action, we have to take leaps of faith. People don't take leaps of faith because they let fear just take over their body. And that is where the nervous system comes in, because now you're stuck in survival mode. When you're stuck in survival mode, you're stuck in a fight or flight mode and you're not thriving. You're literally just in survival mode, like a bear's chasing you and you're about to die. That's what survival mode is. And I see this happen all the time. People wake up in survival mode every single day of their lives. And that is no way to live. I can't even fathom living that way. It's just not even part of my mind, energy field. It's not part of my reality anymore. Okay. A lot of the times, people don't even realize they're living in survival mode. That's how bad it is, because that's all they grew up with. That's all they knew. That's where I come in. That's where holistic human performance comes in. That's where you get a mentor, a coach, a healer. You create your team to support you to get to that next level. No one's saying you have to do it all on your own. No, but what you have to do, and I say this all the time to my clients, students, community members, you have to do the work on your own. Yes, okay, cool. We're doing work together, but I can't do the work for you. You have to do the work for you, because That's showing that you love yourself enough and that you are worthy of doing this, okay? And receiving. We all give, give, give. And a lot of the times, too, this might happen unknowingly or subconsciously, or I see this happen a lot with like entrepreneurs where they will give because they're expecting something in the end, in the background of their mind. Oh, if I do this for so and so, then they're going to owe me this, this, and this. And I see it all the time. And I'm just like, how inauthentic and cringy. I can't even get behind that. I'm giving out of literally such a heart center and so pure. Like this podcast, I'm doing this out of just pure everyone's necessity and needing and giving value, value to you all because it is a need, because people are searching for this. And I know it's going to help, okay? So, now let's talk about shifting frequencies. How do we do that? What does that require? Inner work. Yes. I talk about this all the time. The inner work is what is going to reset, rearrange, and reorganize your electromagnetic field, your aka your aura, your energy, okay, your essence, your inner world, your nervous system, your health, and the way that radiates outward into your external world. If you want to create change, you need to go inward first. What does your inner world look like? And then it will be reflected to your external world. I heard this and I cannot remember the podcast I heard this on, but it really was spot on. And it got me thinking, and that's why like I'm here doing this podcast episode. It takes anywhere between 21 to 365 days to change a habit. Yes, I know. Everybody's different. That's why. So, but on average, 21 days, right? We hear this all the time. If you think about the person and an embodiment, right? So it's not just about thinking, it's the embodiment, the way that we feel. If you do that for 90 days, your entire external world will change. So if you're, just stuck in the survival mode, you're in fear, you're worrying about finances, you're worrying about money, why not just flip the script and be like, of course, I make $20,000 in a day. Of course, I make money in my sleep. Of course, I have other streams of income that help support my lifestyle that I'm looking for. Of course, the clients are flowing in, right? So do that for 90 days. I challenge you and see what happens in your external world. Let's hold each other accountable, okay? Because I'm entering a new phase into motherhood and I'm in limbo. Like, what is going on? What am I doing? I have no idea. I don't know who I'm going to become. And it can be a little scary, right? But I'm ready. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm leaning into it. I'm surrendering. And surrender is not easy, by the way. Surrendering to this is not easy because think about how long you've been living a certain way, right? And then it requires you to take a leap of faith into the unknown. And you're like, oh, I do not know what I'm going to be doing. Like, I do not know what my life is going to look like. This is like where manifestation comes in and the laws of the universe come in. Everyone knows the law of attraction. It's Abraham Hicks stuff. It's everywhere, okay? So like attracts like. So your internal world must radiate outward in order for your external world to match that. So, this is where the tools come in. How do we change our nervous system? How do we change our thoughts? How do we change our habits? Our daily habits is what dictates what will change our external world. So, if you're waking up in the morning, and this is just an easy example, and the first thing you're doing is going on your phone and you're going on social media, stop that right now and change that habit because we want to wake up intentionally. We want to get to a point where we are living our lives intentionally. When we do that, that means we're in the present moment. We're being mindful. We're not on automation. Once we start being in automated mode, we have thrown all that out the window. That's our old selves, our old programming come in. We need to now reprogram the system just like a computer, and we need to rewire that to the life that we want to live, the person we want to become, which requires you to act as if. Okay. So, what does that do? It enhances our capacity, our masculine energy to hold more. And then it helps us to lean into our feminine energy. And this has nothing to do with gender, by the way. It's everything has this yin and yang energy, this water element of the feminine energy, this intuitive, flowy, manifesting nature that we can call in and manifest what we're looking to do with a bigger capacity, right? So the reason why we do this work is so that our nervous system is accustomed to this new world we're living in, and we have the capacity to handle life when life gets crazy and hard, right? We're not tweaking out. And listen, we have our moments. I have my moments, but we can get back to the things that we know help us. We know we can go into our toolbox and we can, go to our healer, our mentor, our coach, right? That has the best interest possible for us. That is a topic for another podcast episode I'm going to get into, because I've been seeing a lot of shisty shit going on and a lot of fraudulence in this unregulated coaching and spiritual community. I just can't. I'm going to have a whole another podcast episode on that. But anyways, aside the point, that's where we can say to ourselves, of course, all is well. Of course, I get to live the life of my dreams. Now we have to embody that and act as if, and that's where those daily habits come in. That's what changes how we feel, how we think, and how we behave and act and show up in the world. We're now showing the universe, God, source, hey, I'm willing to do this work. I need your help though. And that's where we co-create, and that's where the how is taken care of. But we need to figure out the why and the what first, right? And that's what got me into entrepreneurship in the first. That's what got me to aligning with my soul's mission and purpose. My health has never been better. I feel amazing. I got naturally pregnant. Amazing pregnancy. I'm going into birth feeling empowered and great, and whatever happens, happens. I'm manifesting the best possible outcome. Baby is healthy, baby is strong, and it's taking me into a whole new world, a whole new life, and I'm just open to it. And I'm not controlling, I'm just letting it just happen. Surrender is not easy, but it's a part of life and something that we cannot control every aspect of life. Like when I think about that, that's so much energy expenditure that I just don't even have, right? I have other things I need to be doing. I started, excuse me, man, this, I'm telling you, I've been getting agita. That's the one thing with this pregnancy. Anyways, that's how I started holistic human performance. That's how I started fearless founders and really helping entrepreneurs. So you find your mission and purpose when you lean into this work. And then what happens? The wealth comes in, the money, the opportunities, the people that are aligned with you, the situations, the circumstances, the just the good things, the peace, the health, all the things, right? Things just line up for you, and it's you don't even have to try, right? Because it becomes just a part of your lifestyle. That's where the nervous system now comes in. It just becomes habitual. It becomes a new life for you. And whenever you want to, you'll hear the term quantum leap and get into that new timeline, you just come back to this work and you reset. Okay, what's my new manifestation? What am I looking to progress? What am I looking to evolve into this next level? Trusting the process. And this is foundational work. You just keep coming back to this, right? That's the cool part about it. So now it's a matter of figuring out what tools are going to work best for you. Okay, so I know what works best in general. Like we have the foundations, right? So the energy medicine, and then you have a variety of tools underneath, right? Like shamanism or sound frequency, meditation. Like meditation works. But there are thousands of different ways to meditate. It's like figuring out what is the best meditation form for you. I know for me, I love breath work. I love active meditations. I can drop in at a dime, like a drop of a dime, and getting still with myself and listening to my spiritual team, my higher self, God speaking to me and telling me, okay, this is your next move. This is, just showing me where the path is, where I'm headed, where I'm going. If we saw the team that we had, we wouldn't be scared at all. So lean into that. And then this is where the frequency of wealth comes in, because collectively, right now, where we're at, there's a lot of fear around finances, around making money, around doing what we love, and making money doing what we love. But that's where entrepreneurship and that's where business is headed. These businesses you see failing are because that main concern is money. They're not leaning into the fact that your soul has a mission and purpose, and you're coming in to add value to others' lives. That's like number one base. So those businesses that have that primary value of helping other people first, those are the ones that are going to be successful. And like in an authentic way. Authenticity and integrity are going to be the two value systems that you will see. Number one, you will be successful. And number two, other businesses will be successful and the rest will fall away. That is the golden age and the age of age of Aquarius we are headed into. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's where we're headed. The ones that are integrating energy medicine and spirituality into their businesses, and of course, we have strategies and systems, but they're also intertwining that, they are going to blow up and skyrocket. And you see the ones that do. They are household names. They're world renowned. Just what it is. So that's where we're headed. And let's get into, I want to go into like a nervous system regulating meditation. So this will help you get in the frequency of wealth and abundance. Okay. So if you're not driving and you're able to, close down your eyes and just take a nice deep breath in, filling up the belly. Maybe you place your hands on your belly and exhale, let it go. Breathing in and exhale, let it go. One more, breathing in and exhale, let it go. And we're going to go into a tapping meditation to help regulate the nervous system and change your energy frequency. And you're going to start by tapping on the karate chop point of your hand. And you're going to repeat this out loud or in your mind's eye. Taking a deep breath in, just noticing where your energy's at currently. Letting it go, continuing to tap. Even though I'm feeling lack and scarcity, I lovingly forgive and accept myself. Continuing to tap on that karate chop point, even though I'm feeling scared of not headed where I thought I would be. I lovingly forgive and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling this fear, I lovingly forgive and accept myself. Tapping right at the top of the eyebrow point. I'm feeling this scarcity so strongly now. Side temples. It's taking over my whole body. Underneath the eyes. I'm feeling the worry of finances. Underneath the nose, how am I going to pay my bills? Chin, not having enough. Right where the clavicles are, heart center. Feeling closed off to new opportunities because I'm so scared. Underneath the armpit. I just don't know my next move. Top of the head. But I choose to lean into faith over fear. Top of the eyebrows. Because I am worthy of thriving. Temples. I am worthy of living a lavish, wealthy life. Underneath the eyes. I am safe. Underneath the nose. I am thriving. Chin. Because I am worthy. Chest, right where the clavicles are. Heart center. I open up my heart to great opportunities, great wealth, and great health. Breathing in. Underneath the armpit because I am worthy. Top of the head. I fully surrender in mind, body, and spirit. Dropping your hand, taking a deep breath in, and letting it go. As you take your time to slowly come back, you can do this as many repetitions as possible as you need. Notice where you're at, where your nervous system is at. I love EFT, emotional freedom tapping. It's one of my favorite forms of meditation, combining affirmations with tapping on acupressure points. Think of like acupuncture. We're just using our hands as the needles. And opening up those channels and meridians wherever there's stagnant energy. And so, quick, easy, efficient. That's what I'm about. We don't need to go in there for an hour. Okay. So, I hope this helps. And lean into trust, lean into faith. Of course, you get to be healthy, wealthy, and whole. Of course, you get to live an abundant, free, thriving life doing what you love. Of course. Okay. Lean into that. If you need more support, find me at holistichumanperformance.co, on Instagram at holistichp, or my personal at Gena Bradshaw. I'll put all of that in the show notes. If you need more meditations, tapping, sound baths, more of energy healing, if you need more somatic nervous system work, you can find it all inside of the Holistic Human Performance app. You get a 5-day free trial. Try it out, cancel whenever you want. Utilize these tools on the daily, okay? Breath work, energy healing, workouts, nutrition. It's all encompassing a holistic, healthy lifestyle paired with energy medicine and spirituality to help you become more intentional and thrive in your life. So if you have any questions, reach out. If you have any topics that you want to talk about, reach out as well. I love to hear feedback. Leave your girl a 5-star review. It really helps the podcast and get out there. We have so many resources as well, workbooks, journals, books, all the things, astrology readings. So reach out. Again, I'll put all of that stuff in the show notes, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.